John got it going on. I hear it's better when Cougar's on. Mike and John got it going on.
So it's better when Cougar's on.
Where do you hear this?
Where are you hearing this?
I'm hearing it out of your mouth.
Everywhere. Everywhere.
Oh, really?
I run into people at the grocery store, at the post office, you know.
You did a focus group over the weekend.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, as long as you're hearing that.
I mean, look, we're not doubting it.
No.
I get bombarded with emails.
Yeah,
like
especially those that watch. It looks a lot better when you're here.
Well, that's true.
All right, here we go. It's Monday with Mike and John, and of course a Monday with Cougar. And coming up tomorrow, we're going to be at Crystal Gardens doing the podcast. We'll probably start a little bit later in the morning, just due to the scheduling that's going on for the Walk to End Alzheimer's Breakfast.
Right, it's the leadership breakfast, and of course, this is for the Alzheimer's Association. It's partly to plan out the walk that's coming up in September, the Livingston County Walk to End Alzheimer's, but also just to plan out the activities and various things that they're going to be doing throughout the year here in Livingston County. So we'll be at Crystal Gardens tomorrow, probably around a 7:30-ish start. We're looking forward to that.
And we like to put that ish on there just to give us a little leeway.
Oh, God, yeah.
For those that tune in via YouTube and watch it live stream.
You got to have an ish.
I love the ish.
You got to have the ish.
It's nice.
You know, without the ish, then you're stuck. I mean, if you
use
say
the ish
7:30,
all the
and you're
time.
like, okay, well, yeah, start at 7:30 now.
7:30-ish. That could give us till 7:39 if
Right.
you want.
I mean, or even 7:21.
7:21.
Well, right.
No.
That's the ish.
Oh, that's the.
You think ish is
you got
only
the
later?
ish crowd. Okay.
I say ish can be even early. I say
That's-
it gives you a 20-minute window on either 10
Is that a
minutes.
pre-ish
Yeah,
then?
yeah. That'd be
Pre-ish.
ish. That's what I'm saying. It's like 10 minutes on either side.
It's a pre-ish. It's battery powered.
Okay. So,
We're brought to you by Jordan Genso, the official Giggle Realtor. Lots to come today. Susan has a review of the book.
Yes.
The art.
Yes. The Art of Murder.
Yeah.
Mastering the art
mastering of the art.
French murder.
French murder.
Yeah, you forgot the French. That's
You forgot
Frenchish.
you forgot the mastering.
Yes.
You guys didn't know.
Well, we didn't
Well,
read
that's
it.
you.
You were the one that read it.
Yeah. So we'll get Susan's review. We'll find out about how you can win a classic Ford Bronco. Also, our 2-cent history lesson. I'll look at last night's Sunday night trivia. And, of course, local news brought to you by Cooper and Binkley Jewelers in downtown Brighton.
All right, here's what's going on. A fundraiser is being created to help with funeral costs for a Howell woman who was killed following a car crash early Sunday in Osceola Township. The GoFundMe for Alyssa Van Hook has a $15,000 goal. More than $9,100 was raised as of Monday morning. The 18-year-old Van Hook was killed Sunday when the car she was a passenger in was hit at the intersection of East Highland Road and North Latson Road about 12:45 in the morning. A preliminary investigation by the Livingston County Sheriff's Office indicates a 2011 Ford Focus was traveling south on North Latson when it failed to stop at the intersection. The Ford Focus was then hit by a 2007 Cadillac Escalade traveling east on Highland Road. The driver of the Ford Focus, an 18-year-old female from Stockbridge, suffered non-life-threatening injuries and was taken to U of M by Livingston County EMS. Van Hook, who was a passenger in the Focus, was pronounced deceased at the scene. The Cadillac Escalade's driver, a 20-year-old from Burton, was taken to Genesis Hospital in Grand Blanc with possible injuries. Both occupants of the Ford Focus were wearing their seatbelts at the time of the crash. The driver of the Escalade was not. Alcohol does not appear to be a factor in the crash. The incident remains under investigation by the Livingston County Sheriff's Office Traffic Safety Bureau. Van Hook was a senior at Stockbridge High School, was the creative editor for the student paper. She was also vice president of the senior class and a member of student council. After graduation, she planned to continue her work in graphic design at college. Organizers of the GoFundMe say the family was, quote, extremely devastated by Alyssa's loss and were not prepared for the high cost of a funeral service. Details on services have yet to be released. You'll find the link to the GoFundMe on our website, mikeandjohnpodcast.com. There's been another setback for a Deerfield Township family who barely escaped a fire last month that destroyed their home. After the Rowe family lost their home in the March 13th fire that forced them to jump from a second-story window and took the life of their beloved dog, they've had to try and cope as best they can. That was put to the test again after someone broke into the fire-damaged house, their barns, and their cars last week. It's being investigated by Michigan State Police. According to a post by Lindsay Rowe, authorities are feeling really good about what they're finding, although she asks anyone who lives in the area to contact her. A GoFundMe with a $200,000 goal has been collected, more than $175,000, although much of that's expected to go towards medical bills for the couple and their 5 children, all of whom were initially hospitalized but have since been released. Also, there is a fundraiser scheduled for Wednesday, April 12th from 11 a.m. till 11 p.m. at the Buffalo Wild Wings in Howell that will donate 20% of customers' total bill to assist the family, and again, those links on our website. And drivers through Brighton can expect delays and traffic interruptions as the Grand River resurfacing project gets underway Monday, with intermittent lane closures occurring from Cross Street to North Street for the next month. Also, the right lane of north-westbound Grand River will be closed on Monday near O'Doherty and Cassane from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Traffic delays should be expected. That phase will include the removal and replacement of various curbs, sidewalks, and driveway approaches. The second phase of the project will be the resurfacing of Grand River from Cross to the city limits at Appian Way. That work will occur in the overnight hours. City officials say they'll provide an update on that phase once the details are known. Anyone with questions or concerns is asked to contact the city, and you'll find those details again at mikeandjohnpodcast.com. And that's what's going on.
Well, we wanted the roads fixed, right?
That's
it just makes
what
it
they said.
inconvenient. Yeah, news brought to you by our friends at Cooper and Binkley Jewelers in downtown Brighton, Brighton's preeminent jewelry store with a commitment to customer service, community involvement, honesty, professionalism, and exquisite merchandise. See Mark and Barb Binkley today. Their whole team pride themselves on offering something special for everyone. That includes great designs and the latest designs from Simon G. and Zagani. Plus, if you have an older piece of jewelry you'd like to have modernized or updated, they can custom design jewelry just for you. Stop in and see them today, Cooper and Binkley Jewelers in downtown Brighton. They're open despite the construction on Facebook and online at cooperandbinkleyjewelers.com. And we'll chat more, we hope, tomorrow with Barb Binkley during the Walk to End Alzheimer's breakfast that's going on at Crystal Gardens. News brought to you by Cooper and Binkley Jewelers in downtown Brighton. All right, so for trivia last night, Sunday night trivia, I don't think we received a right answer. A recent study found doing this at work can increase your creativity and willingness to become a leader. What is it? Did you check out some of the answers?
I did.
Did you know the answer?
Well, I did since you sent it to me.
Susan,
I was really close.
you were really close.
It was worded differently in
Yeah,
my
you can't win.
head, but
Worded differently in your head. Well, some
Yeah.
of the answers, of course, the sucking up to the boss.
Yeah.
And of course, trivia brought to you by our OG sponsors, Firehouse Doors, serving Livingston County for over 25 years with unparalleled service and products.
And unparalyzed service.
That too, they keep it moving.
Yeah.
Making friendships, said Madonna. That's a great way. Another way of saying networking, I think, as far as ways to move up in the career. Encourage teamwork. Mentoring a new employee. Kind of like John showing Susan and I the ropes here on the podcast.
Yeah. I wish you guys would pay attention.
I've been trying to suck up to the boss, so that doesn't seem to be working.
Well, he's the boss. See, he's sucking him to the wrong
I've been
guy.
sucking up to you. No wonder.
Jeff said listening to music. Giving input, said Ann. All good guesses. Assisting your staff. Shar said taking a cat nap. Naps do make you more productive.
See, I don't know about that.
It depends on the type of nap you get.
Well, she said
I
cat nap.
can't.
See, cat naps, I don't know. They say that cat naps really aren't good for you.
Yeah, it makes me
Well,
tired.
how
the rest
long
of
is
the
a cat
day.
nap?
That's what cat
Isn't
nap
it?
to me is
I thought it was like 20 minutes.
10 or 15 minutes, but I thought
That's hardly a nap.
you're supposed to get like a nap. A good nap, I thought, was you're supposed to get like an hour. If you can get an hour.
So if you get 2 hours, you're an overachiever.
Well, yeah.
And probably not getting much work done.
Well, no, if you get 2 hours in the middle of the day, then you wake up and you're like, what's going on?
Is it lunchtime?
You're like, what time is it? They're like, it's 5 in the afternoon. Oh my God, I gotta go back to bed.
Time to go home. Well, Scott said a power nap. So a power nap and a cat nap.
Yeah.
I think the hour nap would be more the power nap.
What is the difference between
A power nap and a cat nap. Well, the first part of the nap.
A power nap is, to me, a power nap is just a fancy way of just you nod it off. Okay? Oh, it's power napping, boss. Power napping.
It was actually creative thinking.
Yeah.
Public talking, taking the stairs, snacking, stand-up desk. You're on your feet. You're more active.
No, thanks.
None of these are correct, by the way.
No. Our answer?
Was dressing up. dress for success.
See, I was thinking, my mom used to always say, dress for the role that you want to play.
It does make sense.
Right.
So dressing up, some people, they feel more
Successful,
yeah.
career-oriented.
It's a mental thing.
Some
Nobody
of
got
us
it right though.
dressed up for this show, wearing the new gear.
Well,
Look at you.
where did mine
So-
go? It was hanging. Oh, here's mine.
So you have to actually
Mine-
put that on.
You got to put it on.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to wear mine backwards
Mine's
this
in the
morning.
back.
And then on the back of the now, by the way, I test drove this shirt out on Friday.
Well, I wore mine during the show on Friday.
No, I
was
meant
saving it for
after the show,
tomorrow.
I took it. I went to actually my PT for my knee, my physical therapy. For
And
my
was
knee.
everybody asking where they
And-
could get a cotton?
Well, it was so interesting because it did. They saw in back, who needs radio? And they're like, oh, what does that mean? And I go, well, and we had this
And you
conversation.
told the story.
Yeah, and I go, and they're like, oh yeah, and I said to them, I go, well, do you have a radio in your house? Well, no. And I go, when do you ever listen to the radio? Well, I'm in the car. And I go, what? How do you primarily listen to your music? I was talking, and there was an older gentleman, there was a younger woman, and we were having this conversation, and it was very interesting. So
So you were like the
I am the
the
ambassador.
smart man on the
Yeah.
hill,
Well,
or the fool on the hill.
everyone was drugged up. So
They're on painkillers for their physical therapy.
oh my God, you're so smart.
He's a genius.
Yes. But it is true. And I just think it's very interesting once you have that conversation with people and you're like, hey, I know that radio is this legacy thing that we've all grew up with. It was a part of our lives. But when you think about it, fewer and fewer people actually listen to the radio. And when you go younger, when you start talking to people that are under 50,
The youngsters.
under 45,
The
and then
kids.
especially under 40, they're like,
Oh, my.
I don't listen to the radio unless I'm like stuck.
Unless
You know,
dad's-
unless I have to go somewhere with
I'm
my
stuck with an
mom,
old person.
you know, and so
I don't want to hear Karma Chameleon.
right. So anyway, it's an interesting conversation and sort of the new methods by which we all get our information. Things like this podcast now.
Podcasts. I got to look into that.
And we've run into this since we've been doing this podcast. We talk to people and you say the word podcast and their eyes glaze over and they're like, I do not know how to do this. But we've been schooling people now for a year about how to, tune us in. We've made it available. We're live streaming right now on YouTube. We are available on, iTunes and Spotify.
We'll take your advertising
on
dollars
Facebook. So, and the nice thing about this is, with this ability to now kind of reach out to your own audience, this is the fragmentation of the media market. But the good side of this is that we can reach out and find people specifically to talk about community, and that's what we do on this podcast.
too. Reach out and touch someone.
Well,
John.
we don't want to do that.
No.
They haven't invented that technology.
We don't have HR here yet. I'm touching you. All right.
So-
Stop touching me.
I'm not touching you.
So that's what we focus on here. Okay, wait a minute. Now I got to get HR involved. If I'm the boss,
I'm going to be putting the time out. We need a buddy bench.
so and people that are getting our newsletter through email, have been enjoying that, and I've seen a lot of people have been signing up for it recently.
Yeah.
To enjoy that every day, getting the headlines right in your email inbox. And so if you want to be a part of the Gego family, I mean, we have some great advertisers here, whether it's Cooper and Binkley or Firehouse Doors,
Jordan
Schools,
Genso.
Jordan Genso, our main sponsor, of course. We've got some really great sponsors, but, we are looking to partner up with others in the community as well. To do that. And if you want to find out more, you can do that very easily. You can email us at mikeandjohnforthewin@gmail.com, and we can talk about some options, things to do there to help promote your business, your organization. If you have a fundraiser or an organization that you run, we're about community here, and so we want to be part of that as well. So talk to us about how we can partner up. And then also, something that, like tomorrow, for instance, we're going to be at this Alzheimer's Leadership Breakfast at Crystal Gardens. If you have an event and you'd like to have some MCs, or if you'd like us to be at your event and maybe broadcast live, talk to us about that. We have that ability to do that, and we can very much personalize what we do. So It's all on the table, my friends.
And you know who's carrying it?
Yeah.
Susan and I.
That's right.
Because we're the roadies.
My knee hurts.
He had to go get his knee fixed, so he doesn't have to carry it.
I have a cane.
Great timing.
He's like, put that there, put that there.
Yeah.
No, you carry that.
Actually,
Yeah.
the whole surgery thing's a lie.
It's-
This is a fake scar.
This is a fake limp and everything.
Oh,
he has to make sure that he's walking on the right leg.
Dang it.
Oh,
Wrong
oh,
leg. Shoot,
yeah.
shoot.
We don't have to pull the Mr. Brady defense.
No, we don't want to do that.
Pocket on the wrong leg. All right, so we mentioned at the top of the show that you have a chance to win a classic Ford Bronco. We're talking 1975.
Yeah.
Remember when Broncos they weren't as much on the road as you see SUVs now. They were more like trucks with a back with a closed-in back end.
Right. Now, do you remember, if I think 1975,
1975.
there was a detective show
Oh boy.
where I thought the guy drove a Bronco. Do you remember Petrocelli? Do you remember that show?
Surprisingly, I do.
I knew you would. I knew
But
you would.
I didn't watch it, but I remember the show.
And I thought
Petrocelli.
He,
It was
I thought
like
he drove like a Bronco.
it was the low end Beretta.
It kind of.
That's
Well,
what.
he was like a lawyer, but he was like a detective too.
Apparently, the boss
before
watched a
my
lot of
time.
TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was before your time. But yes, I,
I
do.
recognize Beretta.
Didn't he have curly hair?
I think so. Yeah.
Petrocelli?
Yeah.
All right,
And I thought he drove like a '75 Bronco.
Look him up. Who played him? Like Bert Convy or somebody like that? I forget. It was a guy who looked like Bert Convy, if I'm not mistaken.
But you have a chance, as you mentioned, you have a chance to win a 1975
Do you have
Bronco.
our phone? Okay, we are connected. Okay, we're going to talk with Max Muncy from. Oh, that was quick.
Yeah.
Good morning, it's Max.
Hey, Max. It's Mike and John and Susan from Mike and John Got It Going On. How you doing this morning?
Good morning, everybody. How are you guys doing?
This is Max
Hi.
Muncy from LaFontaine Automotive Group, and you guys are having a chance for folks to win a 1975 Ford Bronco. So tell us a little about this.
No, so excited. It's in partnership with our nonprofit called You Can Survive, and super excited this year. Is a great initiative. We're obviously in the Motor City. Get people excited to raise some much needed funds for cancer research through You Can Survive, and obviously have the opportunity to win a classic 1975 Bronco, which in a perfect color, bright red, as it sits in the showroom and we check it out. So really excited to talk about that this morning. Thank you for the opportunity.
Absolutely. And so You Can Survive. Talk more about that. I know LaFontaine has been very involved in cancer fundraising and the cause. So, yeah, talk more about that.
No, that'd be great. So back in 2016, Ryan and Kelly LaFontaine decided to found You Can Survive with the vital mission of raising funding for cancer research support here in the state of Michigan. Ryan himself is a cancer survivor, had non-Hodgkin's lymphoma back in 2008, and really took this project on and this initiative through You Can Survive to make a huge impact in the world of cancer. And in short order, they've now raised over $3 million, with every dollar raised going directly back here in the state of Michigan with some phenomenal hospital partners we work with.
That's awesome.
And so this 1975 Ford Bronco, and like you said, kind of bright red. Why a 75 Ford Bronco? I mean, it's a classic vehicle. I mean, but of all the classic vehicles, how did this one come up?
We started to look around, and we had many discussions, and I myself am a diehard car fan, so I had a lot of opinions on this. I'm mostly at Cars and Coffee Saturday mornings with my little girls hanging out, and we were going through the list of available vehicles that LaFontaine was willing to donate, and we looked at from Corvettes to Mustangs and a mix of stuff, and then we kind of thought, well, that kind of highlights a very smaller niche individual, right? Like, okay, Corvette's amazing, don't get me wrong, iconic, two-seater, really limited in use. And when we thought about You Can Survive, and a lot of what we do is cancer research for pediatric patients and children battling cancer, and we thought, man, how do we have something that if somebody won and they had kids or had grandkids or friends, like that you could go out in this and multiple people could enjoy it. It's much easier to drive. It's going to be great for more seasonable weather. So somebody may be more apt to take the Bronco out than they would the Corvette. We are in Michigan. I think we could all laugh that we've experienced all four seasons within this last week here. So the Bronco just felt like the right vehicle for us, felt like somebody that you could grab some folks and get in it and enjoy it. And it's not not stressful and like, oh, I'm driving a 63 split window Corvette. Woo, may not take that out every day. The Bronco, we want people to get out and enjoy it.
Yeah, and with the resurgence of the newer Bronco, the new models of the new version of the Bronco, this kind of has that throwback feeling to it too, which is kind of cool.
It is really cool. I'm personally driving a Bronco myself and get out, like I said, to the Cars and Coffees, and you see a lot of Broncos out there. And when we started to talk about that and how do we raise awareness, and again, every dollar raised for You Can't Survive goes back to cancer research. Have almost $1 million in cancer research grants this year alone in the state of Michigan. So trying to get people excited, raise some great money for a very, very worthy cause, and obviously hitting home here in the Motor City, having something fun that people can enjoy as well.
So tell us about how people can get tickets and what's involved.
So the most important thing is visit youcansurvive.com for all the event details, and then we'll be pulling the raffle winner at our signature gala this year. We host our signature gala at M1 Concourse in Pontiac, so the beautiful racetrack community, but youcansurvive.com is where everybody can go, learn the details on the raffle, where to purchase tickets, see photos of the Bronco as well too. It's absolutely gorgeous, and really encourage everybody to get out, spread the word. But youcansurvive.com is where everybody should go to learn the details.
And we've got the graphic up on the screen. It's got a QR code there.
Awesome.
So if people take a snap
away
of that, it'll take you right to the website.
I'll credit Melanie LaFontaine on our You Can Survive team. She does phenomenal work with all of our graphics and helps all of us be able to spread the awareness much, much easier.
And the money that's raised from this, where does this go? Talk more about that.
Yeah, so that's what we're really proud of, is that we're really hands-on with You Can Survive. So not only do we raise the funds, and we work with researchers and doctors here in the state of Michigan, so from C.S. Mott Children's Hospital, to Carmanos, to DMC, to Children's, McLaren, and many other ones. We actually have the researchers come in and present to You Can Survive and to the board and the committee, and we all vote. So they come in, they share about their findings or the research they'd like to conduct, the funds that they will need to launch this research. And what's been amazing, to us is so much of this research is the doctors want to do it and launch it. They just don't have the vital funding to be able to do it. So they pitch us. We vote as a committee. It's all we're all involved in the process. We select the grants that we feel our funding will help propel the furthest. And then what's really great is we stay in touch with the researchers throughout their process. They actually invite us into the lab to see their work, so we can really have an emotional connection to the researchers, which invigorates our passion and desire to get out and help fundraise for this cause. It's really, truly amazing. As a father of 2 little kids, I can't tell you the emotional impact it is to go into a pediatric cancer ward at a hospital. I'm tearing up just thinking about that, and how blessed I am to be not in that situation, but man, even more blessed to be able to raise the funds to help those individuals that are in that situation.
Absolutely.
So again, folks can go just online, You Can Survive, so the letter U, cancer, and then VIVE.com. Or you find this graphic, and we're going to post this up on our website as well. It's on our screen right now for those that are live streaming, and you can just QR code it and take you right there.
Awesome.
And then just an awesome chance to win a beautiful vehicle and then help out such a great cause. And, hats off to you guys at LaFontaine for being so involved in this and really putting your money where your mouth is to put that money down and put those effort and the resources and everything into this, so that others can benefit from this and have a better outcome.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that. Definitely being involved in our community and the philanthropic arm of LaFontaine Automotive Group has really been a pillar of our organization. Still family owned and operated, obviously founded back in 1980. And today, we call it grassroots marketing and community involvement. 1980, Mike and Maureen LaFontaine just knew that they had to get out in the community and make a positive impact to help grow their business. And it's just so rewarding to see now, decades later, us carrying that torch still in our local communities. Certainly, we go above and beyond. You Can't Survive is a huge component of that, but so much more active work across the state of Michigan. Blessed to have now 34 dealerships, and most importantly, over 2,500 individuals part of our greater LaFontaine Automotive Group family, and all rally together behind this cause that you can survive, and appreciate your opportunity today to share the good word.
Oh, absolutely.
Max, can you tell us, I said you could come and see it. It's on a showroom floor. Which dealership is it at?
It's actually sits in our LaFontaine Classic Car dealership in downtown Milford.
Yeah.
So gorgeous, little, beautiful showroom with some truly amazing vehicles in there. This one's sitting properly and proudly displayed right in the middle of the showroom. So LaFontaine Classic Cars, downtown Milford, 1975 Broncos available for the raffle tickets. Browse around, see some other amazing eye candy. It's truly a great
You got
collection
some great cars there.
of vehicles as we kicked off the first Cars and Coffee of the season on Saturday. So I think Mother Nature is going to start to be agreeable here and get us motorheads out on the road a little bit more here.
Fingers crossed. I just cleaned my classic car up this week.
Oh, what do you have now? I'm a car guy. I have to ask.
Well, it's probably not going to impress you at 86 Fiero GT.
I get excited about anything with four wheels and a steering
There you
wheel.
go.
I'm a real car nut.
Well, then, Max, I don't want to brag, but I've got a 2017 Nissan Rogue.
Hey,
It's cherry
you
red.
know what? I love it all. I've created little car monsters. My daughters are 4 and 6. They come with me almost every Saturday. They critique the cars I bring home and take them in. So I'm a little scared for their 16th birthdays now, but they've also been part of You Can't Survive too, which is cool, making blankets and teddy bears for the kiddos that we pass out. So when we look for volunteers and stuff, my 4 and 6-year-old have helped out too with initiatives. So we really try to give back.
Awesome. Well, we like to partner up with organizations like LaFontaine who are community-minded and do give back. We're all about community, too, so we're happy to help promote this. And Max Muncy with the LaFontaine Automotive Group, thanks for joining us. And the Dream raffle, a chance to win a 1975 Ford Bronco. And, of course, you can find the details online. You Can Survive, the letter U, cancer, and then VIVE.com.
Max, thanks for joining us this morning. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. It was a real privilege. I'll have a fantastic week. Thank you.
Thank you, you too.
All right,
Bye-bye.
Max Muncy with us today. And, of course, we're brought to you by Jordan Genso. And we talk about community, and Jordan, a community realtor, the official Giggle realtor. And Jordan can use his experience in the business. He's been in it for over 15 years with the RE/MAX Platinum team. He can help you not only buy, but sell a home as well, or do both. Contact Jordan today. And today's Jorbit.
Well, he's, I know, Susan, you've got a review coming up here in a little bit. But
Yes.
Jordan, he didn't want to step on your toes, but he's going to do a little bit of a review in his Jorbit.
Oh, okay.
What's Jordan reviewing?
Netflix's Love is Blind. It's currently in its 4th season, and Jordan wanted to share a little gossip about the show. They're currently filming...
He's the gossiping realtor.
He kind of is.
Like the galloping gourmet.
They are currently filming season 6. And while the 15 men and 15 women are all from the Charlotte, North Carolina area, 2 of the men grew up in Brighton.
Really?
Little tip there.
The characters or the actors?
Well, they're not. This is like a reality show.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So they're reality actors.
That's true.
Reality
Yeah.
actors.
Right.
They're actors.
It's totally real. Anyway, so we'll have to wait till next March. So it's like next
Wow,
March.
whole year?
When they air season 6 to see if either of the Bright natives get engaged and then make it to the altar. But a little tip there on season 6 from Jordan.
Act like you're in love.
Yes.
Act like you like one another.
So, all right. So that's today's Jorbit.
What
of
was the
course.
show?
It's called Love is Blind.
That means I've got a year to catch up.
Yeah, you do. You've got
Before
you've
that
got to
season
get
kicks
through
on.
seasons 1 through 5.
I got to get Netflix
Yeah.
first.
Well, there's that.
$9.99 a month. Can cancel anytime.
When it comes to the agreements, Susan knows them all. Of course, if you need a realtor with experience serving in Livingston County communities, give Jordan Genso a call, 248-444-9777. You can find him on Facebook. Jordan Genso, Community Servant, Community Realtor. The official.
Jordan was blocking Susan there. I had to move him around.
Well, that wasn't very nice of Jordan. Shape him up, will you? Move him over.
I'm
Have
over-
him block me
I'm
if you
over
want.
here.
No, I'm over there.
I'm over here.
Well, he likes to help people move.
That's right. See how much he can move?
That's right.
I'm over here.
All right,
Are
so
we still on those painkillers?
I think he says he's not.
I'm over here.
We're beginning to doubt that.
Ooh.
Okay. Susan's review, by the way,
I'm over here.
was of Colleen Gleason's book.
Which
Should we show the? Do you have a graphic of the book?
I
or
do,
you want-
actually.
Want me to post the
No, no,
graphic?
I got it
oh,
right
good.
here.
You got the
Yeah.
graphic. There you go.
cool.
Oh, just cover me up.
Mastering the Art of French Murder, of course, by Colleen Cambridge, also known as Colleen Gleason, who we
Yes.
spoke with a little bit ago. And you've had a chance to read the book.
I have, and when we spoke with her a couple weeks ago, and she was describing the book, it just kind of seemed something like I'd be interested in because I'm just now venturing back into this reading, adventure.
This thing called reading.
Yeah. I wasn't much of a reader until recently. So anyway, I highly recommend it if you are just kind of getting back into the reading world. It's only like 300 pages, so it's not intimidating. It's easy reading. And also what I really enjoyed about it is
The large font.
the descriptive. Yeah, that too. I still had to wear my glasses though. The descriptiveness of it, like she did an amazing job to help you create this visual. And it takes place in Paris, so you can imagine, what she was describing. So really enjoyed that. Has a little bit of everything. Has humor, which I absolutely loved. And it was like on the third page or something. It was right off the bat, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to love this. So it's got a little bit of everything. Humor, of course, it's a murder mystery. I thought it was very interesting how she took a actual character, Julia Child, and had a fictitious character and kind of intertwine them to create this story. So highly recommend. I actually look forward to looking at different books of hers.
And I think she just finished the next.
I saw the
after this-
series.
I saw the final line.
She
of the-
posted about
It was
that.
the next one with
Right,
with
she posted
Julia
the
Child.
final page.
Yeah, it still didn't give it away.
And said she's going out for wine.
Yeah, she's probably still having the wine.
Would you blame her?
Well-deserved wine, Colleen. But thank you very much, Colleen, if you're watching.
Since you bring up wine, is there a good wine to go with that? What is it?
What wine do you pair with a historical murder mystery?
Yeah, is it Boone's Farm or
I prefer red.
Tickle
so,
Pink?
Yeah.
Well, it's French. You have to go red. I mean,
The Apothic red is amazing.
Beaujolais or something? I don't know.
Angels
wine.
Inc. is wonderful. Yes.
All right, so
what about Ripple?
So, highly recommend it.
you have to be of a certain age to know what Ripple is and how to make
What
it.
is Ripple?
Champagne
I just
and-
remember that was Champipple.
Oh, that's Champagne.
Talk about
That's
Sanford
right.
and Son.
Yeah.
Again,
right, I was
I
getting
think
that.
before my time.
We used to always talk about Ripple, but it was
Ripple.
like some sort of cheap booze.
Yeah.
It was a.
I'm sure it is. Champipple is the
And
champagne.
then you would
with-
say you take Ripple and champagne and you make
yeah.
Champipple.
So find out what that is. It's almost pool opening time.
Is it though?
Yes, as the weather gets
I
a little
hope so.
nicer, we hope. Yeah, we're keeping our fingers crossed. And if you have a pool and need service or need your chemicals test, Romans Pools and Supplies in Brighton and Howell, both locations. Not only great at servicing, opening and closings, but also they are helping the economy by hiring more employees. They need people to help get pools open. They need people in the shop. So if you know somebody that's looking for a summertime job, Romans Pools and Supplies now hiring at both locations.
That's right. You can give them a call, 517-545-4555. That's their Howell location, or Brighton, 810-588-4460, or online, romanspools.com.
Yeah, my wife was just talking. She asked me yesterday if I remembered what our pool opening date was, and I said, "You usually put stuff like that on the calendar." And she said, "I forgot."
They are coming for I'm opening my pool this Friday, April 7th.
Are they going to do a 7 a.m.
So
opening so we
little-
can do it live?
A little
on the
early.
podcast
Yeah,
from
maybe.
the
If you
pool
want to do the
side?
first cannonball in when they take the tarp off.
We should have a worm contest to see who has the most worms at the bottom of their pool.
Pool owners,
What-
that when you open the pool, the first order of business is to get all the worms out.
Yeah, and that's fun.
It's just the way it is.
Birds, a feeding frenzy. I'm dumping these in my weeds.
The birds don't even want them.
No, they're just so.
Bleach-soaked worms. It's like, why are these worms all killing themselves?
But they should have a contest of who has the most worms at the bottom of their pool.
Oh,
in the opening.
Maybe hope it's not me.
No,
That's a competition I wanna win.
or other things that you don't want to know that are in your
But
pool.
but you know what? That brings up
Romans
a good
takes
point.
cares of it; they don't tell you.
But that's a good point, especially for new pool owners.
Yeah.
These are things you kind of learn along the way, and Romans is great to have in your corner to give you the advice and help you through, because sometimes you go, what the hell is that? Should it be doing that? And many a time, especially
That's your kid, John.
many a time the first year I had the pool, I would call and be like, it's doing this weird thing. What? And they're like, oh no, don't worry about it. It's supposed to, okay.
That's completely normal.
Right. All right. Ripple.
Yes. We're back to Ripple.
Back to Ripple.
What again? Ripple was a fortified wine. A
Fortified
fortified
wine.
wine produced by Ian J. Gallo.
Oh, yeah, Ernest and Julio.
Yeah. Popular in the U.S. in the 1970s.
Of course it was.
It had a 11% alcohol
Whoa.
content.
Wow. You don't need that.
It
That
had
was-
a high reputation for alcoholics and the destitute.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it was gutter wine.
It was gutter wine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was fortified.
Well, fortified.
So what they did, put like A, B, and C vitamins in it?
I don't know.
Get your daily
They fortified
vitamins.
it with alcohol. Is what they fortified it with. So,
All right. Now
anyway.
we did learn something right before the 2-cent history lesson.
Right.
How about that?
Absolutely.
Okay, well, that's always good. I guess.
Yeah, today is it's April 3rd.
Yeah, we're into April, fella.
3rd. It's Don't Go to Work Unless It's Fun Day.
Oh,
A lot of people would be staying home.
I gotta go.
It's Find a Rainbow Day. Are you saying you're not having fun? Look
Oh,
at all the laughter.
so much fun.
The fun police are here. Find a Rainbow Day. National Chocolate Mousse Day. Not a chocolate mousse fan?
I'm not a mousse fan. Love chocolate.
Chocolate mousse is all right. It's chocolate.
It's good in yogurt. Pony Express Day and Tweed Day. Tweed Day. When's the last time you wore tweed?
Never.
When's the first time you wore
Yeah,
tweed?
never.
I actually
Nice
have a
picture of those
tweed,
tweed
hat.
jackets. Oh, you got a tweed hat. Mm-hmm. You know, what style?
Oh gosh, I don't know. What it kind of looks like a golfing, like a fancy golf hat. What are they called? What are they
visor?
called? No,
A golf hat? Like a to keep the sun off you? Like a sun hat?
it does have a little bit of a visor, and then it's round. Kind of reminds me of something that someone would wear in this book I just read.
Ah.
So it's like a newsboy hat?
Kinda,
Kind
yeah.
of like that? Yeah.
Kind of
Oh, newsboy
floppy,
hat.
yeah.
So, you're right, because it's got a little small brim on it?
Yes.
Right, okay.
Something that Carly Simon would wear.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
In velvet.
It's something that Susan would wear
Okay,
too.
it's something that Susan would wear.
Yes.
1829. The coffee mill was invented on this day. 1829. In 1868.
I'm assuming, was that to like grind your own beans? Or
Oh, you grind your own beans. I'm not grinding your
grinding
beans.
my
You're
beans
really
every morning. 7 a.m. Start grinding my beans.
A Hawaiian surfer in 1868. A Hawaiian surfed on the highest wave ever when he rode a 50-foot tidal wave.
Now, I know that's been surpassed.
In 1868. I would imagine that Spicoli probably beat
Well,
that
yeah.
wave. So all he needs is a great wave, cool buzz,
Some cool buds.
and tasty waves. Jim Morrison in 1969 was arrested by the FBI for interstate flight following obscenity charges after a Miami concert.
Right. Totally bogus. Man, was
Did he drop trowel?
No.
Did he think he was David?
was joking around, and he put his finger out through his fly hole.
Oh, yeah.
And, of course, the cops are looking for any reason to bust him. And so they said, oh, you
And
know.
put his finger out his zipper.
Oh, you exposed yourself. And, yeah. Yeah.
Which finger did he use?
The biggest one he had, I'm sure. If you're gonna do that, don't go with the pinky.
That's not either.
That is not a pinkies out moment.
No, he wasn't British. So, federal judge in Washington in 2000 ruled that Microsoft Corporation had violated U.S. antitrust laws by keeping an oppressive thumb on competitors during the race to link Americans to the internet.
Oh, yes.
An oppressive thumb. 2008, Mariah Carey
Yes.
smashed Elvis Presley's U.S. chart record by scoring the 18th number one of her career.
And what was the name of that song?
Touch My Body.
No thanks.
I don't even remember that song.
I
But
don't either.
No.
And finally, in 2010, the first Apple iPad was released. And that's the one I use.
Probably.
That's your 2-cent history lesson
All right.
for today. If you're having car troubles,
Quite a lot we've learned today.
I think so. We learned a little about Ripple, and that wasn't even a part of the history lesson.
That's true.
If you're having car trouble these days or want to get the car ready for summer travel, see our friends at Murphy's Family Auto. They can take care of all your needs, whether it be just a tune-up, getting the oil changed, or any kind of electrical problems, transmission problems, you name it, they can fix it.
Right. Give them a call, 517-552-3040, or online, murphysfamilyauto.com. And, of course, our good friends over there, Dennis and Glenn.
That's 4 N's and 2 names. Think about
It's
that.
an average of 2 N's per name.
Yeah, it is.
I just did the math there.
He's smooth.
So,
Unless Dennis has 3 N's and Glenn only has 1.
No. That's right. They've evenly distributed the ends.
Yeah, it was fair in the family.
Yeah, there
We're
you
going to give you a name with 2 N's.
That's true. Okay. All right.
Last kid in the family just won it.
I think it's time.
Oh my goodness.
Wrap it up, Susan.
That's right. Take us out.
Mike and John got it going on. You've been giggling with Mike and John. Tune in next time and giggle on.